What we're going to talk about today is the distributive property, and it's real easy to think about the distributive property if you think of it like the area of some squares. So for instance, what is the simplified form of each expression? Well, one way to think about this is you're going to do the distributive property. You could think of this as if I put a 3 right here and I did a x and an 8 and think of area. Well, what's 3 times x? That's 3x. What's the area of this box? 3 times 8, that's 24. So then this is 3x plus 24. You could think of it that way, or you could just go ahead and do it like this. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 8 is positive 24. So when you do this one, I can write it as negative 7 goes right here, and then I have this part right here, and I'm going to call this part a 5b, and this part a minus 4. And so negative 7 times 5b is negative 35b, and negative 7 times negative 4 is positive 28. So then I have negative 35b plus 28. So I'm pretty sure you have a got it for this one. Oh no, not yet. You have probably another example. So let's rewrite this fractional expression. Well, there's a couple ways you can rewrite this fractional expression. It's pretty simple, real easy to do. So what we got to think about is, how can we rewrite this? Well, the first thing that you're going to do is you can rewrite it as, if you look at the denominator is 5. So I'm going to rewrite it as 1/5, okay? 1/5, and then I'm going to say parentheses, and what's on the top? 7x plus 2. See how that works? You just kind of pull that fraction out and just leave the numerator and stuff right there. So you have a got it. Why don't you pause the video and go ahead and see if you got it? All right. See you in a minute. Moving on, multiplication with the property of -1. This is kind of unique because this is like doing -1 times 2y minus 3x. So I can write this as -1 times 2 is -2y. And -1 times -3x is positive 3x. So which one is it? Looks like it's C. All right, moving on. Using the distributive property for mental math. Deli sandwiches cost $4.95 each. What's the total cost of 8 deli sandwiches? If you think using mental math, you could just say, all right, I'm going to do 8 times 5. That's like 40, right? It's about 40 bucks, right? I'm not going to think too much about it, but it's about 40 bucks. All right, so what else we have here? Talking about combining like terms. A term is something that has the exact same stuff. So you can see right here, you got 8x squared and 2x squared. If you have the exact same thing, you can combine. What's 8 plus 2? That's 10, so that's 10x squared. It's not 10x to the 4th. If you look at this one right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to group everything together. 5x minus 3x plus 6y minus 3 plus 4. So when we do that, 5x and 3x come together and make 2x. The 6y goes along because it's by itself. And -3 plus 4, I think that's plus 1. There you are. That is it. You have a got it. Why don't you try to do it real quick? Put these things in your words to know. The distributive property, do you know that? Check that. Do you know what a term is? Check that. And if you don't like terms are, check that. If you don't, go back and put them in the words to know. And thinking about distributive property, where are you at on this? Are you at 8? Are you at 10? Are you at 6? Are you at 5? All right. Let me know, and I will see you tomorrow back in class. And may the force be